All right, and I guess we'll do a double review apparently on Paradise Records.
Yeah, I've been yapping for a while. So tell us about Paradise Records. So this is the Logic movie produced by Kevin Smith and features a bunch of cameos. Features the UPS delivery driver.
Features everyone and his dad, literally.
His dad's in there. This is the Logic project. He put a lot of effort into this.
I was excited for the movie. I remember when we did the trailer thing for it when it came out. I talked about it and I was into it because it gave me vibes of like Friday, right? And it gave me vibes of like the Kevin Smith movies and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I could kind of see this being really cool, right? And then you see all the cameos, which like that's a take it or leave it kind of thing. I guess it just depends who shows up for me, like that I'll pop for and stuff like that. So yeah, it comes out. I fucking buy the thing on YouTube, and I can't even finish the movie. It's so bad.
Oh my god!
I couldn't even finish it.
Oh my god!
I can't even tell you how far I got in. Probably halfway, but like, it got so like. I don't even know what the word is, man. It grinded my brain so much. Like, it just fucking would not stop with its bullshit so much that I was like, enough, dude. I can't. And I turned it off, and I never went back to finish it.
Wow, dude.
I don't know what you're going to say about it, but, like, just for me, the whole, like, Logic's whole gimmick in general is that he's black and white, right? Like, that's, like, there's a lot of, like, he became a meme in, like, the early or late 2010s, and
right.
And, you know, it was funny that he'd always say he was biracial in his music and stuff like that. And in the music, it's one thing because it's funny. He's poking fun at himself and shit. Or he's not. He's literally talking about life experiences growing up in that kind of environment. It's endearing. It's interesting to listen to from that perspective.
Yeah.
But when you make a movie where he's not playing Logic, mind you. Like, that has to be said. Even though it's Logic, he's not playing Logic. He's playing a character named Cooper who owns a record store that he is like in debt to, and he's got to find a way to like keep it afloat. He's still acting like Logic, and to me he's being goofy Logic, but like in a way where it's like they are shoving the biracial jokes down your throat, or not. Maybe they're not even jokes, but they're just constantly there. And like I don't know, man, there's like a lot of like, are you racist, or are you not being racist, or like what, you don't like blacks, or what, you like blacks, or it got so annoying, and it felt so one note. Like, these were the jokes that this is all he had. Like, it was insane. Why even make a movie if that's what you're gonna do? I was totally vested in, you know, a guy that like owned a record store. I was interested to see like what's he gonna do to keep it afloat and whatever. And then of course I think of like Next Friday with the Pinky scene. Like, there's the record store and like Pinky shows up and a bunch of crap happens at this record store. I'm expecting something like that, and that, I guess that happens, but like really the writing is so fucking in your face with the bullshit that I was like, dude, enough. I can't anymore. Like, it's the same jokes in different ways. It's like, nothing about this makes me want to watch this for another second. And then I ended up turning it off, and I don't even know how it ended. I don't know anything. Nothing about this makes me want to watch this for another second. And then I ended up turning it off, and I don't even know how it ended. I don't know anything. And I guess if I have to say one thing, I mean, I think it's shot fine. Like, I think it's shot well enough. I think it looks cool, but like, I don't know, man. The writing, there's a scene where he's at the diner and he's sad, and so he has this pancake, and like all these jokes are so long and so drawn out, and it's like, dude, enough, end it. Like, oh my god, this was a really big disappointment for me. But anyway, you tell me what you think of this.
Man, it's crazy because I sat down to watch this movie, and I had a little Arabian tobacco to get in the mood, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this. About 20 minutes in, I was stone cold sober again. Me pay for your movie, motherfucker? You send me $10 for the weed I just wasted. This was bad. There's no other way to put it. This wasn't mediocre. This wasn't, let's look at it with rose-colored glasses. This was horrible. gimmick or not, made money from it in 2010 or 2011 or not, the fact that this guy still gets called out for being a half black, half white guy, it bothers him. It has to bother him, and it lives in his head rent-free because this movie beats you in the head with that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you probably think that I'm exaggerating by throwing in 2 or 3 extra overs in there. No. This is brought up 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like the recurring joke that's funny except without the funny part. It's not funny.
No, it's not.
The N-word is said, I don't even know, at least 150 to 200 times.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's just in your face.
It's the fact that he looks white, but he could say the word. Like, that's the joke. But it's
I
like,
got
dude.
a pass. Look at me. This was Kevin Smith strong-arming his way and creating some kind of a Clerks thing, or at least putting sort of his impressions in it. There's a cameo in there with Jane and Silent Bob, which I'm sure popped the Jane, Silent Bob hardcores, but the scene meant nothing really. You know, you had the UPS delivery guy come in for a cameo. It didn't mean nothing. There are stolen jokes. There's a part toward the end that you missed where they knock out some guy and it goes, damn, he's not going to be in the sequel. We've heard that one before. You know, and then it's just, it's written by somebody that really studied how to write a script with some good basic ideas. But this is elementary school stuff. You know, there's nothing deep here. I think Logic takes advantage of this by trying to show you he's a great actor and he has so much versatility. As somebody that didn't really know who Logic was, I'm just watching this. I'm like, this guy comes across as the most annoying motherfucker in the world. I thought that for about a minute, actually, because that's not true. Until you meet his best friend, his best buddy that works with him. Oh my God, that is the most annoying human being in the world.
Yeah, made it worse.
And I am going to just give the benefit of the doubt and pretend that that person was playing just a whacked out non-version of themselves. Because if that's that person with the volume turned up a little bit, I couldn't be around that person for more than a minute.
Yeah.
Every scene is just argument after argument. It's like hanging out. It's like being forced to go and hang out at the worst fucking place where you're just forced to listen to these arguments about helping out on the floor and this and that. I'm like, I just worked my 40 hours. I'm smoking a joint, watching a movie called Paradise Records, where I thought I was going to learn about some cool records, maybe the soundtrack was going to feature some deep cuts, right? And maybe somebody will be like, well, obviously you don't like music, because it does. Wasn't featured that well. It was like the same over and over music. Weird ideas, like some shots where the camera, for some reason, they decided to like shoot from out and have the characters small and in the middle. Uneven roller coaster of emotions. 1 minute they're brothers. The next minute, one of them wants to fight the other one. The next scene, he's apologizing. They're having this romantic hug. The scene after that, he's like, motherfucker, you lied to me. This place, the lease is up or whatever. It's just like, whoa. And just the wacky finish. The finish is wacky, you know. I think I laughed maybe 2-3 times. And that's with having smoked at the beginning of the movie.
Damn.
It wasn't insulting, you know, but this is a college project. If this had been shown at like a college, hey man, this guy just graduated from film school, check out what he did, I'd be like, you know what, that's pretty fucking cool. That's good.
Yeah.
But there's nothing here that isn't done better in Clerks, that isn't done better in Employee of the Month, that isn't done better in any movie that revolves around people working somewhere. Right? Oh, we get it. Life sucks. I know. But you got to find a way to make those movies funny. I don't want a comedy about the construction world you work in where it's not funny and it's just dealing with stupid shit. I'm going to write you up because you didn't bring your helmet. It's like, yeah, make me. What? I said make me. That's based on a true story. But you know what? I'll say this. This is a passion project. As somebody that went to film school and never did anything with that, I can tell you that this was a passion project for him. I could tell he put in the work. He really did. I could tell that it was written well. Like the jokes make sense, right? Like even though they're bad, they're there and they make sense. But it's just whether it's the execution or the way they cut it. Some of the scenes are almost a little bit too long, where it gets a little cringy.
Yeah.
And they're just having way too much fun. Like almost every character, they try to do the cool shot from behind where they're just walking and being cool, and they have the gimmick camera at the top. So that's what I mean. It's a really good attempt, but unfortunately, there's not much here. There's not much here, but I'm sure they worked really hard. And just some of the gags were just gross and disgusting. There's one part one of the characters vomits in the air and it goes in the other character's mouth because he's laying on him. That's gross. Ugh. I don't need to see that on any screen. That's just maybe that's just my limit. Maybe some people are, oh, you're a bitch.
Unless it's Jackass, right?
You can't handle vomit. You can't handle vomit. Yeah, I can handle vomit just fine. I grew up, with the boys in high school and everything else, drinking and being a Neanderthal. But at some point, it's like, I don't want to see that on my TV,
Yeah.
I just thought that was a very strange. That was kind of odd. Yeah. And I don't know, just like, I understand he's playing a version of himself, but like for people that are not, they don't know Logic, they're just sitting in the movie theater, like, so who's this Logic? Blah, blah, blah. And like 40 seconds in, there's Logic like shaving his balls in the mirror. Like, that's odd, man. Hey, stop me when I'm lying. You might tell me to stop.
No, here's the thing.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done talking. You can go on. I'm just saying I'm done beating on it.
On this, he's someone. Here's why I'm so insulted. Is because I'm an actual fan. Like, he's someone I look up to in rap.
That's why I wanted you to go first.
For myself.
Right.
Like the music I make, a lot of it is like inspired by the shit he's made in the past. So I've followed his come up since the beginning, like since he was like making mixtapes, and then like made his first album, and then his second album, which was a sci-fi record, and then his third album when he fucking got mainstream, and then his fourth one that like got him out of Def Jam. Like it ruined like my fandom for him. I started to dislike him when I watched it. Like, I wish I never watched this movie, is what I'm saying. Like, it's to the point where I'm like, dude, fuck, I can't even listen to your music anymore. Like, maybe I will, but it's like I'll always have this thing where it's like, you made this fucking stupid movie. It's like, and now it's like, he's written books. I've never read the books, but I don't know what the books are. Like, I don't know what style they are or anything like that. I think he's written 2 novels. I can't trust the fandom because Logic fans love Logic so much where it's like they just hype up anything. Like, even if it's shit, it's fucking good. It's Logic, you know what I mean? And that's why it's like, I'm not like that. If it's shit, it's shit. I love your music. I don't think Logic has ever put out like one bad album. I love a lot of his music. But when I watch him do this, I've seen you in interviews, motherfucker. I know who you really are a lot. I've studied you. This is you dialed up a little bit more because he acts in this movie just a little bit more exaggerated than he kind of is in interviews that I watch where he's trying to be endearing and funny and whatever. But he used to be so much more subdued to the point where it's like you would think he wasn't like this, you know what I mean? So maybe he's just changed and he's gotten more comfortable, whatever the case. But when you make a fucking movie where you literally you did it just because you say you want to make a movie. You say it's a passion project, maybe it is. But for me, it comes off as like, I just want to see myself in a movie.
Right.
And for me, it's like, that's fucking stupid. That's not good enough, you know? And it gets to the point where I turn it off. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to watch it anymore. And it affects my fandom for you. And that is just fucking a new level of fucking horrible movie. You know what I mean? Like, right. I don't know. So, look, I think he's a genius with music, but this is fucking trash. And I don't know if it's going to stop here. I don't know if he's going to make something else. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. What would you give this movie?
You know, because I watched this movie on over the weekend on Friday, I think.
Yeah.
I could not believe how bad it was that when my girlfriend came over on Saturday, I wanted to do like a blind test with her. And I was going to be like, hey, babe, you want to check out that Paradise Records thing? But we ended up moving on and we ended up watching something else. But I wanted to gauge what she thought about it. And then I was going to text you just to tell you how bad it was. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I know, number one, that he's your boy. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be a dick, right? Well, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to be completely honest on the podcast and say that I thought the movie was trash. I'm sorry. There's no way to... It's not personal. It's not personal. I think the ability that you made a movie, you put your old man in there, and you got to do this movie with all your friends, and Kevin Smith was on there, which is pretty fucking cool. You know, I'm not dissing any of these people personally. I don't know any of these people personally. I can only judge what I see and what I sort of know. I think as a passion project, I think it was great. Same thing with The Weeknd. He was able to, same idea, different budgets and things like that, right? But and this one seems a little bit more grassroots, and some of the behind the scenes that they show at the end, it looks like they had a lot more. Honestly, the behind the scenes stuff looked more fun than what was going on in the actual movie. But I just thought they had some really good ideas, but they were half baked at best and executed badly. Where it just sounded good, maybe in a writer's meeting. Oh, and then I'm going to say this. Yeah. And it just didn't work. I think a lot of it was they were going to try to curb your enthusiasm. Hey, we'll just keep doing different takes with different dialogue, right? Which works, but then you have to rely on a really good editor to piece it all together. And I just thought it was a roller coaster, man. It's crazy. It ends in like it intersects with like a robbery that's going on. It ends up in a robbery situation. They have to bring in a negotiator. That's where Ron Perlman comes in with the police. He's one of the police dudes.
The fuck?
Dude, when Ron Perlman shows up with that voice of his, I'm like, thank God there's one adult in the room. You know? No, but aside from that, and that's where I will tie the bow of respect, this was trash. And Logic seems to me, I don't know him, he seems to me like he's one of those guys that's like, I'm not a mean person, but I say it the way I see it. And I will, if he reserves that model, then I will reserve it too and say, with all due respect, I agree with you. And I will honestly tell you this movie is trash. This would be a good community, community project or a film school project. Did you watch it? Did you watch the hype trailer with all the 5 stars and all that shit?
Yeah,
I saw that first, to be honest. No, sorry, I saw that afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
People were saying, and I saw a bit of this on his Instagram. He'll tell his fans like, "Yo, make sure you rate it 5 stars and make sure you." And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
No, I get that, but. Yeah, I'm sure every fandom has right?
But that's the level of fandom he has where, like, it worked. Sure. The hype trailer came out and everyone believed it was awesome, you know? Like,
dude, listen, I'm a huge fan of The Killers, right? If they released a movie and it was fucking atrocious, it would take a lot for me to turn on Brandon Flowers. But there are levels, you know? And this wasn't that, I don't think. But at least for me, this isn't Brandon Flowers, of course, but... it's just one of those things where, yeah, I'm sure it does change the way you think about. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's a way to do things. He wants to show range, I get it, but you're shaving your balls 40 seconds in, and then you're doing this zesty. It's supposed to be a zesty dance that he's doing, dancing around.
But bro, like that's just what Lil Dicky does.
Oh, is that right?
Like that's what pisses me off. Like leave this for Lil Dicky.
Don't
when Lil Dicky does it,
don't they all
funny.
accuse each other of ripping each other off and shit? Not necessarily these two, but like Lil Dicky's got Theo Von and Lil Dicky, right?
Yeah. But like, I don't know. But like Lil Dicky to me has branded himself as this fucking weirdo. And it works. His name is Lil Dicky. So like that's
why do they call you Lil Dicky? Right.
Yeah. But like he has a series, Dave. I love that show. I think Dave is awesome. Eh? And it's very true to him, you know. This I don't know if it's true to Logic. Maybe it is, you know, but like the execution was just poor, and I think he focused on things that really he shouldn't have focused on as much. I feel like the writing suffered. execution suffered, editing suffered in exchange for having all these celebrities make appearances, having all these fucking stupid jokes you wanted to put in, and just looking cool in a movie. That's how I feel about it. I can't help it.
How many stars would you give it?
None, bro.
0?
Like, here's the thing. Can I rate it if I didn't finish it? I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's fair either. Did you want to finish it and then give it a rating, or you better not finish it?
I'm not gonna finish.
You're not gonna finish? Add no rating.
Based on the 30 fucking minutes or whatever I've seen, I can't even give it I'm giving it like a 0 out of 10. I just hated it so much. I'd rather watch, you mentioned The Killers, I'd rather watch The Killers in their little skit in Yo Gabba Gabba. I'd rather watch that 3-minute fucking music they did for that stupid kids show. Like, this was fucking horrible shit. I hated it to the fucking core.
About 3/4 of the way through this movie, I smiled to myself because I thought, I am never going to watch this again. So I might as well just enjoy how wacky it is, right?
I can't believe you finished it. Like,
and I did finish it. And then I watched, and then having finished it, I looped it back to the beginning and I watched the first 5 minutes again. And I will say the first 5 minutes went down easier, but that's because I just spent like an hour and a half with all these people, all these characters. So it's kind of like you ease yourself in a little bit. But no, man, there's not much there. The constant screaming and bickering. Like, if I want to hear screaming and bickering, I'll just go visit my sister. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that in my movies.
Jesus.
I don't need that in my movies. Constant bickering and the N-bombs. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It got old so fast. Like,
it's not funny.
But that's a lot of the jokes to me. Everything got old so fast.
Yeah.
They said it once cool, but then they say it again and again and again. And it's like, I get it. Let's move on. Show me something else. And it's like a one-trick pony, this movie. It just keeps showing you the same shit. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm going to give this movie a 2.5.
Damn, that's really generous.
This might be the worst movie of the year.
Nice.
So far. The year is young, though.
It is young.
Last year, my worst movie was probably
Captain America.
Hurry Up Tomorrow in the terms of bad, worst movie, like how it's made.
Okay.
Captain America, like I was saying earlier, in terms of like how much it had coming in.
Yeah.
You had so much coming in. The expectation, the budget.
It just let you down.
That.
Dude.
No, and to be fair to Captain America, very, very minimally fair, that had also been, and we covered it, reshoot hell. They're flying the actors around and reshooting stuff, remember? And yeah, they got affected by the pandemic and stuff like that, but like, so what? So did a lot of other productions.
Everything else.
But anyway, we're not going to get back into that again. But yeah, it's too bad. I think Logic just needs to, for the next one, surround yourself with people that will be honest to you about your writing. Not your hip-hop writing or your as a lyricist, that sense. But sometimes when you translate everything over to film, it doesn't always work. Same thing. If an actor tries to rap or anything like that, it's different. Just because you can write for a screenplay doesn't mean that you can write raps. You know, it's completely different. The style, it doesn't matter. Well, I went to school and all this. No, you might understand like the do, but you don't understand the bop. So this one will, and it's too bad because this one for sure, if it was like a home run, you might even buy it and put it in the collection, right? Like a nice Logic movie on Blu-ray.
Yeah, maybe, but like, I don't know, man. These guys, like, if I like you as an artist, it's gonna be very rare that I like you as an actor.
Yeah.
Like the only guy that did that for me was Ice Cube. So, and Ice Cube, I'm not expecting much. I know what I'm getting with Ice Cube. Right. You know, like it's just I like what he does. He does it very well. This is like, okay, let's see what you got. And here's the thing, like, you can't even say that it was his first movie. That's why it's like what it is. Yeah, but speaking of Ice Cube, he made Friday as his first movie, and that's a cult classic.
Right.
So there's no excuse.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think there's an excuse. I just don't think there's an excuse. And I dread whenever these guys like decide to like dip their toes in other things where it's like, you know, maybe make before you make a whole movie, maybe like be a supporting role in a show. You know what I mean? Like, get your toes wet. Yeah. Don't just fucking go all in like this. Like, I don't know, man. But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, I can't score. I don't want to score this because
don't score it. That would be unfair.
It's unfair, but like, I didn't
none
like
of
what
this
I watched.
Is personal, by the way.
No, of course. I love Logic, man.
Yeah.
As a music fan, he's
None of this is
fucking
personal.
fantastic.
Everybody tried really, really hard, but I think I don't know what it was. It just didn't land with me. It just didn't land with me. I can't pinpoint it. It wasn't the actors. The actors did a good job. Logic was fine. It just, whether it was the chemistry between the characters, I don't know. Or the way it was, I don't know. It just didn't work. Nothing worked. After a while, it became a chore. Like, oh my God. Like, if you're going to have a movie where it's fucking 90% listening to people talk, you better have good, crisp fucking writing that moves it along. To the point where you ever watch a good movie, you're like, wow, nothing's happened, but it's okay. It's so good, like what's happening, like the tension, you know,
dude,
like
I love the fucking Facebook movie, The Social Network.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Nothing happens in that movie, you know. Like,
the most action I
like,
think is when the guy's moving out. You see him moving stuff onto the truck, but nothing happens.
No, the coolest part is when Garfield grabs his laptop and he fucking smashes it. That's the best part.
I stand corrected. You're correct.
That's the best part. That makes and he just landed the Spider-Man role at the time, so everyone was like, "Oh shit, he's Spider-Man." But
that's awesome. That's
yeah,
cool.
no, that movie has fantastic writing, a great plot, you know, a fucking story that like is endearing and you can relate to it because it's real life and stuff. So, you know, that's the difference between something like that, and something like this. It's the writing. I think the writing was just awful. That's what it comes down to. You know, I think the cast did what they could with what was written, but the writing was this shit. But anyway, if you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcasts for new episodes every week.